Alright, in this video we'll be doing these numbers that are listed up here at the top. First problem we're going to look at is number 2. The simplest one is where I give you the slope, which is m, and I give you an ordered pair. If you notice 0, 1 starts with a 0, that's what tells me that this is going to be my v value. This is my m value as it was given to me. Please note that 0, 1 could also be given to you in a table. 0, 6. This would clearly be my v value. Moving back up, the directions are to write an equation of each line. I'm going to take the m, I'm going to take the b, and I'm going to plug them in for m and for b. So my final answer would be m equals negative 2/3 x plus 1. Done. In the next example, rather than be given information, I'm going to give a picture of which I have to get that information. If I go on my y-axis, which is here, I count to find 1, 2, 3, positive 4 is going to be my b value. To figure out the slope, I pick 2 points. 1, in this case 2, where I can go down and over where the line meets the intersections of the grids. From here I can count 1, 2, 3, 4, down 4, over 2, if I go to my calculator, I can type in the n over d button. I can enter in negative 4 over 2 and hit enter. This simplifies to negative 2, which is my slope. I have my b value, I have my m value. I go back to my equation and I can substitute. And I'm done. The next example that we're going to do involves being given 2 points and writing an equation. The first thing we always need is slope. So I'm going to use superfraction. Negative 4, y value, subtract 4, which is my y value. Go back to the original point, plug in negative 2, negative 6. I then go to my calculator, use the n over d button, negative 4, subtract 4, all of which is over negative 2, subtract negative 6, enter. Notice here, I get negative 2 for my m. The difference between this and the last problem is that neither of these points are the b values. So I'm going to pick the point over here, negative 6, 4, and substitute those in for x and y. If you notice, this is the point slope formula where I left out the things that I need to substitute. Y minus, this is going to be the y value from here. My m is negative 2. X minus negative 6. I don't have a fraction here, which is good. 2 negatives become a positive. Distribute. Y minus 4 is equal to multiply. Multiply. Draw on the wall. In these problems, there's nothing that says we need the form where we have x's and y's on the same side. So I'm going to add 4 and turn it into y equals form. 2x minus 8, and I'm done. Notice my slope is negative 2. My slope is negative 2. That's what tells me I did this correctly. On the back, find the equation of the line in standard form. Standard form means I have my x's and my y's on the same side. In number 10, none of these are the b values, so I have to use slope-intercept form. That involves slope. So I'm going to go to superfraction and say y minus y over x minus x. When I put this in the calculator, I type it in, I get 1/2. This is m. I can use this for x and this for y. Plug them into the point slope form. Y minus y, which is 1, is equal to m, which my m value is going to be 1/2, x minus the x value, which is 5. This is an example where I have a fraction, so I'm going to multiply this side by 2 to clear my fraction. Distribute or multiply. 2y minus 2 is equal to x minus 5. Draw on the wall. This is not solving for y. In this example, we were asked specifically to put it into standard form with x's and y's on the same side. This 2 does not belong. On this side, this x does not belong. Notice x, y equals a number. X, y equals, and c is always going to be a number. Done. What we did yesterday was a different skill involving finding the x and y intercepts. To find the x-intercept, we plug in 0 for y. Okay, notice I'm going to do 2 separate problems within one. So when I plug it in for y, 4x minus 5 times 0 is equal to 20. 0 cancels. 4x equals 20. Divide by 4. I get x is equal to 5. For the y-intercept, plug in 0 for x. 4 times 0 minus, this is a minus, 5y equals 20. Divide by negative 5. Y is negative 4. These are the steps you need in order to find the x and the y intercepts. In number 12, you're going to be given a set of numbers. You have to take these numbers and put them into the table for y. 50, 61, 72, 83, 94. I don't need all of those numbers, but I'm going to say this is the first number, the second number, the third number, the fourth, and the fifth. This problem is now going to become exactly like this problem that you've already done. I'm going to find superfraction, and I'm going to pick a point. The only difference is the point is not as an ordered pair, it's in a table. So notice here, y minus y over x minus x. When I calculate my slope, put it in the calculator, I get 11. This is exactly what goes in the calculator. I then am going to substitute into point slope. 150 x and y. Y minus 50 is equal to 11 x minus 1. Remember, this is x, this is y. They come from here. Y minus 50 is equal to 11x minus 11. Got that through multiplying. Add 50. Y is equal to 11x plus 39. This is the function that answers part A. Part B says, what is the 31st term? First term, second term, third term, fourth term, fifth term. I want the 31st term. I don't know why, so I'm going to go to my equation that I found right here. Notice 31st term is x. I don't know why. I'm going to take this x value and I'm going to plug it into here. Y is 11 times 31 plus 39. Take your calculator, type in 11 times 31 plus 39, and I get 380. That's the answer that goes here. Now this last one is a little bit different. 149 is what term? So in my chart, they're telling me that 149 is y. I need to find x. So I take this and I put it back in for y. 149 is equal to 11x plus 39. Solve for x. Put 149 minus 39 in the calculator. 110. I get x is equal to 10. So it's the 10th term. Last problem, number 15. Word problem. Julia makes earrings to sell. If she sells 22 pairs of earrings, she makes $264. If she sells 43 pairs of earrings, she makes $516. Write an equation. Step 1, create 2 ordered pairs. So I'm going to say 22, 264. Number of earrings, pairs, amount of money she makes. Same order here. 43, 516. As a reminder, this is exactly the same thing as what we did in number 7. 2 ordered pairs, writing an equation. You have to write the ordered pairs. Also, reminder, if you have time, time always needs to be x. Slope is still y minus y over x minus x. When you do this problem thoroughly and correctly and put it into your calculator, you will find that the slope is equal to 12. So I have m, I have x, and I have y. I have 22, 264, x and y. Write an equation going to point slope form. Y minus 264 is equal to 12 times x minus 22. Okay. Multiply 12 times x, 12 times 22 in the calculator. Solve for y. When I add 264 to both sides and settle up, I get y is the only thing left, is equal to 12x. This cancels also, which is rare, but it can happen. I'll replace that with a plus 0. If she sells 67 pairs of earrings, so the question is 67x or y. Well, if we look back up here, the number of earrings is here. So this is 67, we have to find y. I take my equation, I plug in 67, I grab my calculator, and I type in 12 times 67 plus 0, and I get out 804. That's how much money that she's going to make.